Good afternoon, Internet. My name's Michael and I'm here to review some stuff for you. This week we're going to finish off the Rush Hour trilogy with Rush Hour 3. Now again, this is a compilation DVD, so it doesn't have a description on the back I can read to you. So let's just get right into the plot. Unlike the second one, which took place right after the first one, this one takes place a few years after the second one. And the events that happened at the end of the second one, where they went to New York City, are referred to, and you find out what happened to the girl from the second one, and it's pretty funny. But anyway, I digress. The main plot is that Ambassador Han, the ambassador from the first movie, has a secret knowledge about the triads, which in the third movie they're giant and global spanning. And there's an assassination attempt on him when he's about to reveal some secret information about them. And then his daughter enters in, and it's a different actress, but it's the same character as from the first movie. She's all grown up now, and she asks Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker to find the person that's trying to kill him. And they also find out that they're trying to kill her, so those two are on the case. And the case takes them from LA all the way to Paris. And the rest of most of the movie takes place in Paris. And anyway, hijinks happen, and eventually they catch their guy. The big thing in this movie is they introduce Jackie Chan's character apparently has a brother, and that his father, and he was an adopted character. When he was a child, he was adopted. And yeah, that's the main plot of the movie. Hijinks happen in Paris, and eventually, they get away, or they get the guy in the end, and it's all pretty cool. This one introduced a few new characters. There's a quasi-love interest for Chris Tucker's character. She was really fun, but there was also a cab driver that they meet in Paris who doesn't like Americans in the beginning. And then later on, he becomes really gung-ho American-like, and he's really funny. All in all, I would have to honestly say this movie is probably the best of the trilogy. It gets... the action is pretty good. It's a bit more serious than it was in the first two. There's still some really good Jackie Chan fights, but where they really upped it was the comedy bits and the comedy routines. The first two had decent comedy, but this one straight up has some just laugh out loud moments. There's a part where they are interrogating a guy, and he speaks French, and so they have to use a nun who also speaks French as an interpreter, and it's one of the funniest parts of the movie. And also, there's a part where they're at a burlesque show and they start singing and stuff, and it's just hilarious. All in all, I definitely give this movie a 5. My thoughts on the trilogy as a whole: it's a good trilogy. It's definitely worth watching. I would say, honestly, 2's probably the weakest of the 3, but they're all pretty good. Also, a nice thing about it is it does have some running jokes and some running tropes through the movies, which are pretty cool. The main one being that all the main villains anyway, die in the exact same way, which is pretty hilarious. And the epic conclusion escape scene from either an explosion or something that Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker go through at the end just keeps getting bigger and bigger. The one in this one's pretty cool. So anyway, like I said, again, this is definitely a 5, and I highly recommend you watch it. And that's all we have for this time.